guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share with you some fun budgeting tips, how to make it a positive experience and not a scary one. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So tip number one is creating visuals. I think a lot of people when they're creating their budget, they get kind of intimidated with all the number crunching and all the numbers that have to go into it. So for me, I like to make it about like color coordination. So when I'm doing my budgeting spreadsheet, I'll color coordinate it and just make it pretty and fun, like easy to read and easy to look at. I will share a link to the budgeting spreadsheet that I use. I'll share that down below. Number two, so make it a game, make it fun, make it a challenge. Whether you want to involve other people, like maybe you have someone in your family who's also trying to be more strict with their budget and set goals. I think it's easier to start with setting weekly goals than like just completely straight for the year for some people. So each week, like I'm gonna put $20 into my savings account. I'm going to not spend any money on, going out to restaurants or takeout or delivery or Uber or whatever. And then that way, it's kind of too, like if you are doing it with another person and making it kind of like a friendly competition, you're held accountable, and you can hold someone else accountable, they'll hold you accountable, and it just makes it a lot more fun if it's like, who's gonna win. I think it's also good to reward yourself, and I'm actually gonna do a video on when is a good time to do splurge days and just kind of the rules of splurge days and when it's okay to do that during a no spend year. Tip number three, use budgeting apps. I personally do not. I have budgeting apps set up, but I don't really use them. But some people rave about them. So the ones that I've noticed are the most popular are Mint and Every Dollar. And I have those. I have both of those. But again, I just personally don't really use them. I've been doing the Kakebo journaling. So that's kind of how I do it. And I'm sometimes like apps are like not really my thing. I'm a paper and pencil type of gal. Okay, so tip number four is probably one of my favorites. Whenever I need to make a purchase, I try to buy things online. And the reason for this is because it actually stops me from spending a bunch of money, because even if I'm going crazy and like adding things left and right to the cart, I can see, like, as opposed to in a store, I would just put things in my shopping basket and then it's like you get to the checkout counter, and I have put things back like several times, which I'm sure the cashiers hate me for, but it just helps with setting a budget. So when I get up to the cashier and the total comes to like $50 over my budget, it's embarrassing to have to put things back, and it holds up the line behind me. And especially right now, like, we're very like limited on time, it seems like, when we're going shopping. So it's just so much easier. And then on top of it, so when I'm shopping online and I have everything in my shopping basket, I can see the total before I click submit for that order. So if I know like I'm $50 over budget, I can remove things from my cart, and it's just so much easier, and I can take my time with it. Especially like it's been a challenge with everything that's going on right now. But I've done some videos on Instacart and Shipped and how awesome those apps are, because it's a time saver, but it also just kind of helps me do price comparison from one store to another, and I can see my total up front, and that's been super, super helpful for my budget. But then also, if you are purchasing things online, there's really cool apps like Rakuten and Honey, and you can get cash back, or you can, Honey is the one that's like, if you're shopping for like a pair of shoes or something, and then it'll scour the internet for any coupons that are for that brand automatically for you, so you don't have to like search like promo codes and discount codes and all that kind of stuff. I haven't had like that great of experience with Honey. I don't know if it's just because it's fairly new and they're still getting like their algorithm going and like all that techie stuff, but I haven't used it a ton. But by all means, if you want to try it and if it works really great for you, then have at it. But I personally love Rakuten because it's just so nice to like know that you're getting money back for your purchases when you're gonna make, if it's purchases that you're gonna make anyway. You do have to be a little bit careful, because if you are like me and you're prone to like shopping addiction and just like, you know, it's so easy to just order, you just kind of have to like check yourself. But again, like, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything pretty much in life, but I just think Rakuten's great. Number 5 is couponing. You may have seen or heard of the show Extreme Couponing. I always was like, I don't have the time for that, but now that it's like we all literally have all the time in the world, it's a little harder to find like IRL, like in real life coupons, unless you subscribe to the newspaper, like old school newspaper. But you can find coupons online, and that could be like your extreme, like you can set aside like an hour to a week to be looking up coupons, and it's kind of fun. Like, again, it kind of goes back to like the challenge thing of, you know, what am I going to find this week, and you know, how much am I going to save this week. Kind of similar to couponing is thrifting. This is probably like the most common. A lot of people go thrift shopping, like Goodwill. It's amazing what you can find, especially in some of the nicer neighborhood stores, thrift stores. You know, people that are, you know, have the means, like they are doing really well, and they can afford to just kind of throw it out, or not throw it out, but just, you know, give it to someone else. And hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure, so definitely take advantage of it if you can. On top of like thrift stores like Goodwill and Salvation Army are like just, you know, old school, like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and estate sales. I am gonna actually be doing a video on my apartment makeover on an extreme budget, which is gonna be so good. So that's something you have to look forward to. So how will you be making your budgeting fun this year? Comment below and share your ideas. I'm curious. Guys, I would love to keep making these videos for you. So if you are enjoying this kind of content, or if there's anything specifically that you want me to do a video on, please comment below, like this video, and also subscribe to my channel.